p.m. for me here in Tokyo, Japan. I believe it is 7 a.m. back in LA, which means 10 a.m. for you East Coasters and all you Mountain Central. It is 2 hours ahead, so it's 9. Yeah, not too bad. I guess it's a Sunday morning for you guys, because it's a Sunday night for me, right? I think that's correct. Uh, oh yeah, recently my live streams, there's been this weird like the ad just pops up. I don't know if it'll do that for this one. I hope not. But if it does, just be aware it's not my neighbors being loud and speaking Japanese and talking about cars or insurance or um, some Japanese rumor or whatever. Yeah. So anyhow, welcome to MNN, to another live stream. Scott and I were supposed to do an interview. We're supposed to be recording about right now, a little bit earlier. But apparently, I guess LA is getting some rain, and he was up working his butt off trying to get a tarp. Hey Eric, how are you? Getting a tarp over his roof. So, good job, Scott. I hope you're doing all right. I hope your back doesn't kill you in the morning. And actually, I don't know if you're sleeping or not, because you messaged me, and Sanjay. Are we talking about those Band-Maid jeans? Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Despite my fat, thick thighs, I used to be known as Quadzilla in high school. So I kind of do. I'm a short guy. I'm a short guy. I've got some thick legs, and yeah, even though that's the case, I tend to favor like tighter jeans. I kind of like having junk in my trunk and you know getting a little holler, which actually did happen once. And I know it's different with girls, but when I got hollered at, I was like, "Thank you." It was a good day. All right, guys. おはようございます。はい、こんばんは. I was pretty thick, banana man. I still am. Well, not like massive, but not too shabby. I ain't where J Lo is or whoever else is. What's her name? Kim Kardashian. Nothing like that. Yeah, that's so funny. Daikon. Because in Korean you say mudari. Is that? Do you call it daikon ashi or daikon momo in Japanese? Because that'd be pretty funny. All right, I realized that. All right, let's get on with the show. I realized that I had not done a live stream. God, you guys are killing me. Oh, Shun. Boom. Hey guys. Shun from Shiglapes, the guitarist, has joined us. こんばんは。ありがとうございます。こんなに入って。Thank you, thank you. ようこそ to MNN. So yeah, I realized that last week I hadn't done an official live stream on my 6th week here in Tokyo, and tomorrow is actually my official like full 7 weeks here in Tokyo. But since a lot has gone down since then, I thought I would do this. Plus the fact that I actually attended a show on Friday. Some of you know that, and I wanted to go into that as well. So I bought a calendar before I left Hyogo, where I used to live, and I thought it would prove helpful for me to write down what's going on. And let's see, since my last live stream with Neco Mesi 222 at Crescendo, which was a blast, by the way, and I saw them again this past Friday. Let's see, Salafest. So I think I talked about that kind of midway one of my live streams. But we had Salafest for her birthday, and that was on the 28th, so that was last week, last Sunday. And that was really fun, that was a blast. For those who didn't hear me talk about it, I won't go too much into detail because there's a lot to cover. But with Salafest, it was her birthday. Well, officially it was May 1st, so we're talking 4 days ago. But we celebrated on Sunday with 5 different bands. Sara went up on stage twice, once with her band, once with Hades, and then there was a group called King, a group called First Zero, and then also a group called Nilfinity. And I only, besides Sala's, her band, and Hades, which I ended up recording a lot of footage for so that she can use it and that Hades can use it later on for, various projects. I only went down for Nilfinity. The other ones I was back upstairs. And not to brag, it's really not bragging. But it's just what's happening, and I guess I'm slowly getting used to it. Shun, 読みましたか？ホギーさんがセイリンの CD 東京で買ってすごい好き。かっこいい CD. Hi Yushi-san, hello. How are you guys? What's up, Mr. Try? But yeah, so going back, Sada's stage was, as usual, phenomenal. And there's one song called Ready that really just hypes up the entire crowd. I've seen her play that numerous times, and particularly this year, whenever I've seen it. And she calls people up. She's like, come on, don't be shy, don't be scared. Seiden, it's sticking a CD this. Yeah, so Shin from She Lips is here, and for those of you guys who have not heard their album Seirin, Seirin, and also Back and Forth. Their other stuff is great too, but those two are the most recent, not the most recent, there's other stuff, but really good stuff. And yeah, if you haven't, go check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever it is that you download to stream your music. But yeah, with that song with Sara, it's really just amazing. It's crazy. And this, I think I also mentioned, so I am decided to wear her birthday shirt that she gave me. So one side is Sara, one side is Sara from Hades and from her band. And I'll be honest, I never told Sara this, and if she watches this, then she'll hear it. But when she first got her haircut, I was like, whoa, you got it cut. Whoa, one of those things. Because I really wasn't sure, but it's really grown on me, and I really like it now. It's got this certain feel to it. It's got that boyish feel, and I think just her look, especially for, hey, what's going on, Peter? Her look for her solo band, more black, sleek versus the overalls, painted, spotted, splashed with yellow and green. I think it's a good look. I think it works well for her. The other cool thing is that, yeah, she's really, yeah. The other cool thing, and I think I mentioned this last time, and for those who weren't listening, is that she did put out a mini CD. So this mini CD is called What's That? Her solo band, the style is a lot more classic rock, more hard rock, versus I think a bit more metal and punk and just thrashy the way that Hades is. Different influences, and especially with her band members, because they go back to 70s rock and 80s rock, so there's a lot more influence there. There's more blues infusion, there's jazz infusion, there's different things. But the really cool thing is that with this album is that I took this photo, and she didn't tell me. I had sent her photos. She's like, oh, can you send me this in higher resolution? I was like, okay, sure. But it turned out that she had decided to use this as an album cover. And then she also used the CD, the actual CD, which was another photo that I took. And I was surprised by that as well, but really grateful. Really, really cool. And the insert as well. But yeah, how awesome is that? And again, I think I showed it, but why not show it again? Oh, cool. I hope you had a good time. Ah, Dimash, that guy. Or that band. I don't know very well. But my name is listed and MNN as well. So yeah, very, very, very cool. As well as Hades has an online article out on them regarding the release of their newest music video. No! And the online article also has my photos on there. So it's cool. Oh yeah, absolutely. You'll be able to buy all that stuff at the show. So, and I'll make sure that she reserves it and gets it signed for you. She'll do that much. But I think the really cool thing is that I never, for better or for worse, yeah, I think it can be for better, it can be for worse at times. But I think when I really invest in someone or something and I care about that person or that thing, I don't really look for anything back. And with Hades and with Hara, it was just, I wanted to promote them. I mean, just the fact that they're cool. Oh yeah, I love this song. I think it's one of my other favorite songs off of that album, off of Brings. But I never expected anything back or expected for things to get bigger, But the cool thing is with Hades and Washala, like Hades was Eminem's first band interview, and then Sara, her show was the first show where I took photos. And I've shared this before, but I had at one point in time thought about becoming a photographer. This was like later on in life. Some people get married, have kids, make mortgage payments. I decided to take photography, get into photos, buy a dog. I think people start taking different routes, and my path is definitely the lesser traveled, at least amongst my friends. And, after I came to Japan, I never thought that I would take it back up, but just decided to bring my camera, said, Sara, do you mind? And she said, oh, sure. And since then, I mean, I've taken photos a lot for Sara, for Hades. At Crazy Fest, which we'll get into later on, I took photos for Bad Bubble, for Neco Meshi 222, for Shiglapes, and then Majesty no Saga. So that was a lot of photos. I think I had close to 1,500 photos I took that day. Just because I know that a lot of it's going to turn out to be crap. So, oh yeah, sure, no problem, no problem. Thank you, Shistan, for stopping by. Hey, what's going on, David? Thanks for coming in. And so, yeah, so it was really cool. I think the opportunity to do all that kind of stuff. But anyhow, so that, and then yes, so Hades did drop their new music video, No, on the 1st as well. So on Sara's birthday, and I was actually there for those who. I don't think I posted, sorry, on MNN. I generally post my photo stuff on Twitter. So if you are interested in seeing like a lot more stuff, you should come by my Twitter, which is PS1Lim, and then also Patreon. So yeah, but I was there that day. I had come back to Tokyo. I needed to look at the place and sign. I needed to sign the contract for my apartment. And Yushi-san from Blacklisted was really kind enough to just come with me to look at the place and to make sure that I didn't sign away my life or my firstborn child at the real estate company. So that was really cool. And then the following day, so that day I saw Sada live. I think this was a Thundersnake with Whiskey Dust. And then the following day, if I'm not mistaken, it's a lot of stuff. I ended up coming back to Tokyo, and from morning till night ended up just being in the location for the film, for the filming of the music video. Just hung out the entire day, taking photos, recording videos, eating their snacks, hanging out, getting to know the girls even better, and just building even more of a relationship. So it's really cool. One of those really unexpected things. And as time progresses, as long as I still have this fear of screwing up. Because it's not a typical, normal sort of friendship relationship with people. You know, this is definitely a friendship. You know, my interactions with them and how I speak to them. But there is a professional. That thought was there. But yeah, if I'll get into that more with my photography, but yeah. So the entire day, so very cool. Back in the day, I did work on like smaller film sets. I was an intern for a production company. So it's not new to me. Like I got into hey, what's up, William? Bill. I was interested like in film as well. So that was an area that I looked into. So it's not new, that kind of experience, but still, it was cool to be there for the filming of the music video, and yeah, it was a great time. And the material that I did get from that day will be used in the future. So stay tuned for that. Hello, good morning, Ryan Mir-san. Ohayou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? I'm okay. I actually took a shower right before and got a bloody nose in the shower. So I guess maybe I need a little bit of rest. I was working pretty hard this weekend. No news of her bass. I don't know what's going on with that whatsoever. Maybe you can ask SJ somewhere. So yeah, that was Salafest. The music video dropped. And then the really cool thing about, or the crazy thing about last week was, so it was Hara's birthday. And then on Salafest, we also ended up getting the spin-off, the Yokohama spin-off, the Yokohama spin-off stream, and it's over today. So I watched some of it, and it really is damn good. It is really, really damn good. I don't know. I was thinking about getting clean before the live stream. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, so it was really, that live stream. It wasn't a live stream, but that stream was great, and the live experience was awesome and meant so much to me. And then seeing it again, just a different experience. Oh, I absolutely loved that live stream. I keep on saying live stream. I absolutely loved that streaming. Loved it. The only other couple of songs they could have thrown in that would have like just taken me over the edge would have been Nonfiction Days and then Freedom. They threw it in there. But I'm gonna say that they're gonna do a spin-off of a spin-off, and I almost guarantee, I mentioned this in our video with Destiny and with SJR talk about it, but I would almost guarantee that they are going to end up doing a spin-off of a spin-off, because Psyche mentioned it in a newsletter. And you know that she's in charge of the set list. And I think it has roused up enough curiosity and interest, and the people and like the fans like really just loving it. Are you doing okay, Scott? You really need to lie down. I mean, God, it's so different, right? Because, you know, I mean, I got my cans on, I'm listening to this thing. So it's a much different experience because you're just taking all of it in. I mean, it sounded great. it sounded awesome, but what can I really say? And that was like 2.5 months ago. So I loved it. I thought the sound was awesome. And but I mentioned it before, but it was really just much more of an experience than it was about the sound per se. I mean, I loved it, but it's different when you're sitting down, you're not moving, you're watching, and you're just listening. You're a lot more attuned and a lot more aware of like what is where and what's happening. So you're more aware of the arrangements, at least for me, versus a live experience. For the live experience, I'm just in it. Like I want to feel it. I want to be in it. So, but yeah, so that was that. And then, so yeah, again, on May 1st, you have Sada's birthday, you have the drop of, oh my gosh, what am I saying? So it's Sada's birthday, and then it's Incubus. I was at the Incubus show, right? So that's what I was doing after I got some rest and took care of some stuff. I was at the Incubus show, met Harusa in line along with her husband, and she said she had a great time. She really liked Bestie, and that was really fun. But I really, I was really glad that I got to go to the show. And I had an SS ticket, again, thanks to SJ and his generosity. But it was really funny because Harusa, like we were walking in together, she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you like a famous person?" I was like, "Not at all." And then some guy goes, "Oh, Peter, oh, I follow your channel." And I was like, "No, no, no, that was a fluke. That was a fluke." And then I walked into the venue, and it was cool because I had been there, last year. Well, I walked into this venue, and then from this side I hear Peter, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" It was a guy that I had interviewed at Otaru in Hokkaido. This was for Misa's birthday, so October 15th. And then I hear Peter, and I look up. Oh, second floor. It's Nightingale. I don't know his actual name, but from Twitter, his handle is Nightingale. Big, huge fan of Band-Maid. So I guess within a certain circle, I'm known. But I prefer the word being known to being famous, because being famous makes it actually sound like I'm doing something worthwhile or that's worthy of attention. I guess promoting Band-Maid and Japanese music is a worthwhile thing, but I don't know. It's just weird. But that was an awesome experience with Incubus and with Band-Maid. And as most of you, I'm sure, saw maybe multiple times, is I ended up recording Band-Maid's set right before Incubus went on. And so I made the decision that if they allow photography and video, that I will sacrifice my fun. Because it is only like a 30-minute set, right? Yeah, so I really don't consider myself famous whatsoever. Just known in the Band-Maid and like Japanese music community. I guess that's a better way to put it. But yeah, so having that camera, I wasn't jumping up. There were a couple of fans, so they were getting into it. It was cool. It was nice because I think we reinforced the desire to stand and actually, get into it a little bit. So I had my camera. I was like doing this, but I was trying to hold it steady, and then I was like, oh shoot, I'm like putting it down. But it was really cool. I was really glad. Yes, Hermily does know me. There are people who know me, but that I don't know. But it was, yeah. So recording that was really cool to share, and I'm glad that it got so many views and people have been enjoying it and hearing Bestie live. And then Mikey-chan coming out and the girls being so excited and grateful. And I think some people do raise Band-Maid on a pedestal that they're not actually on, I think, in their view. And I think last year Ryan when we talked at that ramen shop. We were talking about it. You know, Ryan was saying when he first came to Japan and saw these bands, it's like, gosh, wait a second, like I do have the junk in my trunk. Um, but he was saying like it's weird because you see these videos and these bands are so amazing in your estimation, so you think, man, they must be huge. And then you go to these like really small, dingy, dinky dungeons, right? Like these little venues, these holes basically, with 100, 200 tops really capacity, and you're watching like some of the greatest bands you've ever seen in your life. Um, and so I think for Band-Maid, they're not as big as people think. I mean, they are big, and people. I mean, they are the greatest band to a lot of people, especially to a lot of people who watch MNN and who watch everything else that's Band-Maid related. But they're not the biggest thing. Like realistically, practically speaking, I mean, that's not the world we live in, even in Japan. And so, it is a big deal for them to be on stage with Incubus. It is a huge thing for Mike Einzinger to come out on stage, to hug them, to say that, to acknowledge that he co-wrote the song with them, and that he has a relationship with them. Like that does a lot to build, I think, respect and trust with the audience that we're watching. Even though I think a lot of people were giving, yeah, they didn't know who Band-Maid was. They may have heard of them, possibly heard of them, but yeah, I doubt there were that many fans. And that's just the case in Japan. Um, all right, I'm gonna ignore the comment, Scott. I'm trying to be serious here. Come on, guys. Jeez. So, again, it's a big deal for Band-Maid to be up there, to be out there, and for Mike to be there with them too, and to actually play with them on stage. It's the same way when Band-Maid played before the last rock stars, and they were on stage, right? With Yoshiki and all of them. So, oh, kind of a cool thing I didn't mention, but during Incubus's set, they actually did a cover of Come Together, which is really cool. And then Miyavi came out, and ended up playing guitar for a cover of Let's Dance from David Bowie. So that was really cool. Unexpected. But yeah, it's just, yeah, I think Incubus is cool. I mentioned in my previous live stream, I never totally got into them, but even just like today, I was looking at some of their videos. I was like, they had good stuff. They had good stuff. Like I think "Pardon Me" was an awesome song. Stellar Drive was awesome. I think I even wrote a song and arranged it based on Drive, that kind of style and feel. So yeah, that was very fun. That was a Wednesday. That was Golden Week, and then today's Sunday. So on Friday, I went to Crazy Fest, and Crazy Fest is run and sponsored by Crazy's Han. If you ever come to Japan and go to a venue and you see a bit of an elderly guy with glasses, long straight hair that's like whitish on top and like multicolored towards the bottom, that's Crazy's Han. I've seen him a few times. He knows who I am now, which is really cool. But he sponsors these like massive sort of like mini festivals with bands playing everywhere in Osaka, Nagoya, Tokyo, various places. So this past Friday, there were like what, eight bands that played from 12 p.m. and on, starting with Neco Mesi. But I couldn't stay for the whole thing. One of the interesting things about moving to Tokyo is that because I'm closer to these venues, but I'm not like traveling. My dog is at home. He's not in some hotel where I don't have to worry about coming home. Like he's there, he'll be fed, he'll be like, in his crate or wherever he is. But now, like I need to make sure that I don't overstay, just to make sure that, he's a dog and he still needs his space and his room and his love and stuff. So I gotta be a good doggy daddy. Anyhow, so it was at Shinjuku Wildside. It was this whole 9-day affair for Golden Week. Again, bands playing everywhere, various venues. Place opened up at 11:30, and this is not the first venue in Tokyo that I've been to, besides Crescendo, but I had been to Kichidoji Crescendo so much. Um, you know, I'm not even sure about that. I've never even looked into that, but I'm sure they're there. So yeah, Shinjuku Wildside. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 bands, 8 bands, and 4 of them that I had interacted with previously. And I was especially excited because I got to reunite with one of my favorite bands from Osaka, Shiglapes, or Shigure, in Japanese. So that was really fun. So I got there, um, and this day I had asked if I could take photos for the bands that I knew. So Neco Mesi, 222, Bad Bubble, Majesty and Saga, and then Shiglapes. And they all said yes, so that was really cool. But it's a lot of shooting and moving around, or not moving around depending upon the crowd and stuff. So Neco Mesi was up. It was great to see them again, after only a couple of weeks. And even though I was shooting photos for them, I was very much aware of the music. And this is something else that I mentioned, is that when Vortex of Emotions first came out, I thought it's fine, but it didn't grab me and compel me. But when I listened to the entire album, I thought, oh, damn, there is something there. This is really good stuff. Really good music, really great songs, amazing riffs, and I'll tell you, if you do get the chance to see Nekomeshi 222 live at a venue, I mean, this past Friday was pretty incredible. Um, Reizo, Raizo, actually, sorry, Raizo, the lead singer, like her her death voice was amazing. Um, Shooting live videos, like me actually doing a video of that, I don't know. I'm sure somewhere in the future it's possible, but we'll see. um, but yeah, she just killed it. And Zakuro, who is the founder of the band, the guitarist and the songwriter, the main composer, um, absolutely love his riffs. I absolutely love his riffs and his guitar work. Um, I think they're some of the most flavorful licks, um, that I've heard in this genre of like sort of thrash and metal. But the guy is like such an absolute joy when he plays. Like his smile, his enthusiasm, his just passion, just getting lost. And I don't know. I mean, even if music is great, when you're at a live performance, like the performance matters, like how they perform, how they execute, and it's really cool seeing him just get so into it. Raizo gets so into it. Vaya-san, who's in the back playing drums, really chill, quiet dude, but like he's just, I don't know, he's like communing like with the music. It's a really interesting thing to see. And then June, who's like 6 foot something on bass, um, just I mean, they all get into it. It's really good stuff. So absolutely love taking photos for them. Absolutely love the show, watching them perform. Um, I think their brand of like sort of old school thrash style metal is so just, uh, it, it hits a certain nerve, like so raw and so good. Um, so recommend seeing them live, but if you can't, check out their album. Um, I have it back here. Whistling Arrow. Please don't fall. Whistling Arrow. So that's the album. Neco Mesi actually means cat food, because Zakuro is like this full-on cat lover. And then the 222 is sort of this number, not exactly 666, but it's like an angelic number type of thing, like having, yeah, sort of having this number added with some meaning. Babubble, who I ended up also seeing last year and taking photos for. I hadn't seen them since September of last year, so it was great to see them. And then they actually performed a few weeks ago at Shoujo S's Satoki, the lead singer, her birthday bash. And then I had spoken with Natsuo, the bassist. So she remembered me, and the really cool thing is that she goes, "Oh yeah, no, I totally remember you." And then she was showing me her Instagram, and it turns out that her profile pic was a picture that I had taken at the show that I saw them at. And this was like 8 months ago, 7 months ago. I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." But she remembered me, and then I had reached out to her if I could take photos. She said yes. So I took photos for them, and their original drummer, I think she goes by, I think her name is Saki, but she goes by Sakimon. She's been out for a while because of health issues, but they have a drummer, Chiho, who plays for Cran Arcania and other support stuff, other support drumming. But yeah, they did an awesome job, and they've gotten better. The last two shows I saw them at versus the first time, I was like, oh, they've kind of upped their game. So it's really cool. And then the lead singer has this androgynous look. She's got like, the white shirt, black tie, suspenders, black slacks, and really short hair with these bangs. But man, she really cuts a cloth. Like when you see her perform, she really knows how to just pose. Like she's got these like angles down. But all of them, yeah, it was a great time. And there's this one song, I don't know the name of it, but man, it gets everyone into it as well. So great to see them. I'll be seeing Natsuo the bassist perform again with her other band, Venus, this Sunday. Is it this Sunday? This Sunday at Thundersnake, with Sara Whiskey Dust. I was gonna say Whiskey Snake. Sara Whiskey Dust and the Stereo Gang, which is a young band, rock band, sort of classic blues-based rock from Kochi. And I had found them a few months ago, and this is my first time seeing them live. And I'll get into that a little bit later too. So, but yeah, I'll be seeing her band, Venus. But Majestina Saga, I had seen them perform at least 3 or 4 times last year because I went to Osaka Shovel so much, and they performed quite a bit there as well. So it was cool. And their brand, there's a lot of synth, even though they don't have a synth player, they have backing tracks. They incorporate a lot of synth into their music, but it's this sort of fairy tale-esque fantasy-like quality to their music, and I love the melodies. And Yori, the singer, just the way she delivers, it's very soothing and soft, but it's good. I like it. And that contrast with like sort of the heavy drums and guitar, whereas the bass, I haven't heard that, but the bass, her name is Mide, which I'm not sure if it means future, but it can be. But she's got this like swaying thing down. It's really sexy, but she's really cool. She's really cute, and she's really close friends with Shiglapes, particularly Shiglapes bassist Ruka. But she's pretty funny, and she loves drinking. Anytime she's done with the show, you'll see her with a beer in her hand. But it's funny because of Shiglapes and possibly Majestina Saga as well. No, yeah, actually, because of Majestina Saga and Shiglapes, there are a few people from Osaka that I remember. Like I saw them, I was like, oh, I remember you guys. I haven't seen you in a while. But this one guy, I think he's totally in love with Mide, and so he's just right in front of her. And I always saw him like after the show, like trying to talk to her and stuff. So yeah, I mean, these fans, they've been around a while, and they have their oshi, and they go right for them. But yeah, Majesty, it was cool to see them. Yeah, I just it's good to see these bands. It's like it's nostalgic. The other band that played, Fathomless Skywalker, I only heard when I was um, backstage, in the waiting room, and then First Zero also went up, but I went to go eat because I was hungry, and then I came back for Sheglapes, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's sort of out of sight, out of mind. You start getting into the bands or into the scene that you're actually in versus where you were, and it's hard to keep up because there's so much music coming out and just around you. So it was great to see them again as people. And there was almost that slight awkwardness of I haven't seen you in a bit. It wasn't like we were best friends, right? So but it was great to see them and to talk with them and hang out with them, and slowly started snapping back into place, the little things. But their stage was just awesome. It's weird because I had seen them only in Osaka, and they're an Osaka band. So do you know, like, there's that exotic quality when a band or a person comes from somewhere else, right? Kind of the same way when Band-Maid goes to America versus when Band-Maid is here in Japan. There was something about Sheglapes. I what's going on? Alpha Omega, the beginning and the end. So Sheglapes is very much an Osaka band. Everyone knows that. And so to have them be on, a stage in Tokyo, in Shinjuku, and then just hearing their music, it was a different experience. And I don't totally know how to explain it, but man, it was powerful. It's like, dude, we came from Osaka and we're here to bring you our music. Like it's us. Like there was that sort of it's not swagger. They're not arrogant, but there's this confidence they have, and there's this freedom they have when they play that just blew everyone away, and you could feel it. In Japanese, there's this term that's called that you say onatsu, and onatsu, on is sound, and atsu is pressure. So basically, it's sound pressure. And man, you felt that. You felt that, and that was amazing. Like I was really impressed, because I think I had pretty much only ever seen them at Osaka Shovel. Yeah, that's true. I think I saw them like maybe 4 times last year. But to see them on a different stage in a different locale and having them perform with a different audience, and just that was awesome. I mean, Keiko, she's a powerful singer, and she has a swagger. If there's anybody in the band that has swagger, she does. And she has so much fun, like just sort of commanding. Like in another lifetime, she would be a general, or a PE coach. But really tough as nails. Interesting girl, but man, like she just belts it out, and she's just like having so much fun. And then I was mostly on the left side where Chizuko, the keyboardist, and then Uruka, the bassist, were, and I love them to death. Like I find them so adorable, the two of them. And Shizuko, her performance, like her spirit, it is something to behold. Like I think it is literally impossible not to look at her and to watch her perform and not smile and be happier because of it and not be a better person because of it. Like, so much fun. Um, and to be honest, before I knew it, I was taking a lot of photos just of her because I was just like, it's just so much fun. It's fun taking fun. It's fun taking photos of performers that are just enjoying themselves. But yeah, with her and with Ruka, and then with Shun and then Ven, I still don't know very well because he wasn't their official drummer until the end of the year, actually the beginning of this year, and I had only seen him perform with them maybe twice and never really talked with him. So, um, yeah, in time. But again, being in Osaka, it'll be a little bit tougher. Still, it was great to see them and hear them and hang out with them. And I think that's the other cool thing is that since I am backstage and hanging out and watching everyone, you know, prep and look at their song list and make sure that they do everything right and they have everything down and they have their effects in place and then they're just taking selfies with like other bands and like, oh hey, let's take a picture, hey, let's take a picture. So a lot of that stuff. And so one of the interesting things that I'm kind of a weird, not a weird place, but a place that I'm at is that I really never anticipated for my photography to take up this much of my work with these bands and then my time because I have to filter through and edit and try to make these look as good as possible. But that eats into other things, including editing videos, which I have to do for this channel and then for other bands. So that's another sort of experience, and that's something else that I have to think about and really decide how much of this can I do, should I do. If I wanted, I could go to a show every weekend, but if I do that, all I'm doing is amassing more and more work for me and not actually taking care of stuff. So there's a danger in that, which I'm feeling and I'm figuring out, so I have to be careful of that. But yeah, so that was Friday. I left after She Waves went up, hung out for a little bit, watched a little bit of 29 Plus Dimension. Yeah, so I heard some of them. I believe it's really just the singer. No, you know what? I don't even want to say because I don't know. Which do you enjoy more? Sorry, I was closing my eyes, so in terms of photos or doing videos, like I've always been a very creative guy and I've always loved creating things. I've always loved expressing myself through media in some way. So, okay, yeah. So prior, like I had aspired to be a musician and it's been a long while, but I used to write lots of songs. I used to perform like every weekend. And I love that. I still do, which is why like I think it's very cathartic to like experience this. 'Cause I'm like, that feeling, even though I can't be on stage, giving that feeling or leading that feeling, which sometimes I still want to. I love being a part of it. I love that whole experience. See, there's a lot. This is not meant to sound cocky. There's a lot of things that I can do, just maybe from years of experience, of exposure to all these things. So whether it's graphics and design on Photoshop, or it's editing videos, or it's interviewing and it's promoting and it's getting to know like all these bands and these people and like presenting it to others, or it's translating now, and then there's photography also. It's great if I have the time. It's great if this was just my job. if this is if this was all that I was doing, I would jump head in, like dive in head first. But it's becoming a balancing act. And when I was in Osaka, I had no choice but to sort of spread things out because there were only so many shows that I wanted to go to, and that gave me time to work on other things. And being here in Tokyo, which I had anticipated, was that I would have the opportunity to see more shows and be around more bands, and it's very true. But I know, right? No, I have a fake job. I have a fake job and I have this. Hey, hello, hello. You have no idea what doing subtitles is. Okay, so um, I love interviews. I love getting to know people. Not even just interviewing, I just love getting to know people. I love talking to people. And I remember back in the day, I had been accused of interviewing people when I was having conversations. Why are you why are you grilling this person? Why are you interviewing them? I'm just talking. I'm curious. I want to know about them. So that's always been a part of like, I don't know if it's always, but it's a part of my personality, getting to know people and wanting to know more. Like I genuinely, genuinely love getting to know people, where they're coming from, what they've been through, what they think about things, what they aspire towards. Like these are all things I love, the human experience, and like just diving into that. Like that is so just, it's so compelling to me. And that's maybe more a bit more of my social side as well. But there's a side of me that's very, very introverted, work driven, where I just want to work on the art. So just taking photos as beautiful as possible and just looking at it and going, man, that's beautiful. I love it. Like that, even that also like it stirs up something in me that's very, very compelling and appealing. Like for example, there's a lot of people who will do this, and I'm sure there's some people out there. Um, yeah, you know, I do need to get back to you on those Japanese lessons, man. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's been tough, but I appreciate your patience. Um, but you know, there are people who are like, oh, with Band-Maid and with these other bands, it's just about the music. It's only about the music. They could be wearing potato sacks and I'd be in love with them. I would too, but part of the appeal is very visual for me. And it's not like I'm gawking at them and like, oh, I want to see them in like scantily clad clothing, but it is an appeal, like visually what people look like. So what they're wearing, how they're expressing their performance, that's very, very appealing to me. I'm a very, very visual person as well as very like oral person, you know, like so all those things mean a lot. Um, so if you're asking pics versus interviews, I mean both. um, I don't know about that. I would say the part of me that was isolated from having three sisters and a father that wasn't home and a mother who was slightly not overbearing but just wanted to love me too much. It I was in my room. Okay, this is this very, very brief little background. After school, I was generally in my room reading comics, watching MTV, playing guitar. Yeah, only son. So, but anyway, moving away from that whole like psychology, um, I love a lot of things. And again, for better or for worse, like I enjoy so much, but I can only handle so much, especially as I've gotten older. And Scott can attest to this, as I can attest to Scott as well. But we're both pretty stupid. Sometimes I'm surprised we actually got this channel off off the ground. We can both be really, really dumb, um, and just like, yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Um, yeah, it's harder to like keep conscious, aware, cognizant. Early signs of Alzheimer's, maybe, dementia, senility, all that kind of stuff. Welcome to MNN, Moron News Network. Yeah. It's not even eye candy. I mean, it's like when I look at the Beatles. I loved that look, you know? And I guess I kind of have that hair right now a bit, but that with just, the ties, the suits, like that clean cut look, like they just look cool, you know? Or, Brian Setzer with that hair, with that coif, and then just that leather jacket, just it's everybody has a certain look, and depending upon who they are and what they're into, like that look is very appealing. It's like, I grew up reading comics, so it's like I grew up loving certain costumes, certain looks, certain poses, certain strengths, certain powers. So that's also part of it too. You know, I remember falling deeply in love with Luke Skywalker's black outfit in Return of the Jedi, and wishing that I could have one of those outfits that I could wear. Not even to Halloween, just to wear. Just to walk around at school. Hey guys, what's up? This? Oh no. That's nothing. This old thing? I'm not going anywhere. And then a green lightsaber would pop out of a trash can and I'd catch it. Yeah. Ah yeah, may the 4th be with you. That's why this is all coming to me right now. So yeah, having said that, that's sort of where I'm at. Certain crossroads and still figuring things out. And I kind of knew this would happen, but now that I'm actually encountering it, yeah, because there is a part that's very MNN. Hey, it's O'Brien. There's a part that's very MNN, but there's also a part that's very much about the bands in Japan and making sure that I'm staying respectful and trustworthy of promoting them. Because, when I interview them, I'm saying that I will. And if that gets pushed back, and of course I moved, there were certain circumstances I was under, and, I think I have to be understanding of that to myself, but, I do have to be aware of that. And what was really funny was yesterday, so Friday was that show, Crazy Fest at Shinjuku Wildside. Pretty cool venue. Pretty high stage, which is great because you could take good photos. It's not gonna be any of us. I mean, I think they're too big, or their management thinks so, for those meet and greets. Can try. Start a campaign, just reach out to the girls. I always did that in the past. Yeah, whenever I wanted something, I was very insistent about things on Twitter, which is how I ended up becoming more involved with Twitter than Instagram, and now probably more than Facebook, just because all the Japanese bands that I want to reach out to interact with, yeah, are on there. Like, that's where stuff happens. So for those of you who don't have Twitter/X, Scott knows my views of what I think of Musk and his management of the site. But despite that, and we won't go into that at all, Twitter is still the place where things happen for Japanese bands, especially for indie bands like the bands I'm into. Okay. As I was saying, the funny thing is that yesterday, what was yes, Vladimir. What was really funny was that yesterday I was home, I was working on photos like most of the day, and then I asked Sara about putting English subs on their no video because, for all of us, it's always nice when we can understand more. Understanding more is better than understanding less. And so I reached out to her and I said, hey, what do you think about that? So I said, can you send me the lyrics? And then I'll help translate. So I did that. And then she said, oh, what do you think about adding subtitles for Bring It On? I was like, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a while, but again, having English is always better than not having English. Having people understand is always better than having people not understand. Just, I think, bar none, it's always better having people understand what you're saying. It means more. So working on that with her, and then some other translation stuff I was helping her with. So it's funny, we were both kind of at home working on stuff, doing work on this sort of like holiday weekend. But yeah, it's cool. I mean, she is legit one of the hardest workers that I've seen. Um, I always say, like, when I think of hard workers in Japan when it comes to the girls, it's Miku, it is Hara, it is Alice from Risky Melody. There was one other person that came to mind, but I can't remember who. I know you guys know other people too. You can go ahead and drop their names too. Oh yeah, that's right, Bestie. That's what I forgot to mention. Um, Man, so she's a hard worker in a different sense. Konami is a hard. She's relentless on herself when it comes to music, when it comes to composing and producing and arranging. But with the other girls, it's more just about like being street smart, like just taking care of business, like like that kind of hardworking, like hardworking business women. Um, yeah. But with Konami, it's just like, you know, put her in a bomb shelter for like days, and she'll come out with like this magnum opus. Um, but the video for Bestie was awesome. I did something that well, actually, I kind of did last year with the US show documentary behind the scenes. I filmed a little bit of my reaction, and then as I was watching Bestie, because it dropped midnight, right? So it was like May 2nd, right after the Incubus show. And I was watching, I was like, oh crap, I did not expect this. So I thought, why not? I'll just try to record. Man, like, that was something. I didn't have that type of reaction like when I saw Memorable. I didn't have that type of reaction like when I saw any of the videos like off of Unleash. Um, but and I always do this. I'm kind of slow in that I'll be like like my brain farts are just like massive, and so this cloud just I can't see. I'm like, oh my God, they're not wearing their outfits. Like, and something about that was incredible, and it's amazing because just when you think they won't do something, they'll do it. Um, they'll do what it takes. They'll take things as far as they can, knowing how far it can go, but if necessary. Like, Band-Maid has rules, but they don't live and die by them, you know? For me, it was Kanami, just because her personality, her sweetness, and just wearing that outfit, like, oh man. Like, Psyche had that cool street, like, loose clothing. It's very Japanese style. It's a very Japanese look. That sort of like loose clothing, like baggy. But yeah, no, she looked great. Her hair, like, all the way just down without their little maid hats, and um, but yeah, out of all of them, I would say it was Saiki and Kanami. That was just like, oh man, I never noticed her boots. Now I have to go back. So yeah, I loved that song. And then what was really cool was that when I heard that song, and Psyche actually talked about it, what she said about what she wanted for the video captured a lot of what I felt when I heard that song. And I remember talking a lot about sunsets. This is a very like sunset nostalgic song. And like I'm watching the video, I'm like, hey, look at all these sunsets. I was like, yeah, that's it. Is that really refreshing, cool, just like being outdoors? So I felt Misa looked too bundled because she had like that sort of turtleneck and like that denim, like white denim jacket. Yeah, she looked a little bit too bundled, but that's her look too. She kind of does that as well. So I found Misa to be more striking when she did the all red for the Christmas acoustic. I don't know what that is, Eric. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so it's been a very interesting and pretty full week. And there is just a lot of work to do still. A lot of videos that need to be edited and put out there. And my busiest weekend is coming up this week. Let's see if you can see this. So this is May 10th. This is the Day of Maid show. And I'll be seeing some of you guys, I'm sure. I know Richard Hogan is coming. And I know a lot of others as well. So that's Friday, Day of Maid, which means that there will be an interview and there will be a live stream review afterwards. And then the next day, there is Emotion Raid at Shibuya Cyclone. And it will be a 3-man with Doll Parts, whom I interviewed. Really cool people. Really, I think Arisa's pretty funny. She's really chill. Really, oh, she's hardworking too though. But Arisa and Kotaro from Doll Parts, Hades, which is such a weird combo. Like that's musically, aesthetically, it's a different rock, but that's really cool to me. That is so appealing to me. And later on I found out Saisega's also playing this day at, I think Shibuya Garrett, if I'm not mistaken, maybe somewhere else. But unfortunately I can only go to one show like at that time. And then Aya, who is a bassist, and she's playing with support, and I believe she's calling it Team Aya. So that's on the 11th. And then on the 12th, which is Sunday, it is Thundersnake Atsugi again. As I mentioned, it will be Sala, it will be Whiskey Dust, it will be Venus, and then it will be the Stereo Gang. And I have not heard the Stereo Gang live yet, nor have I heard Venus live. So I'm very curious about that. The Stereo Gang was actually a band that I had wanted to interview this year at some point. So I'm going to reach out to them. But again, here I am just giving myself more work. But I'm going to reach out to them and see what I can do. And then the following weekend, Dim Rays will be playing. Yeah, because Saiseigo rocks. Saisego's awesome. Yeah, Katsuki and Toko, so the bassist and drummer, actually stopped by Shinjuku Wild Side, so I saw them there too. But the following week, Dim Rays will be in Tokyo, and they're going to actually be in Harajuku, and they're going to be, I'm not exactly sure what it means, and I've seen other people do this, but they'll be in a shop. They'll be in a shop at Harajuku, Dim Rays, on the 18th, which is also my oldest sister's birthday. And from 2 to 6, they'll just be there. So I'm going to stop by, say hi. I'm not sure if I can get anything recorded with them because they might be busy. But if I can, you know, just be on the lookout for that. It won't be a show, but maybe that's better. maybe that's more room to breathe. And then on the 19th, it'll be Hades again at a show called, no, not a show, at a venue called Club Science in Shinjuku. And then the following Sunday is Yuri's birthday. It's actually the 21st. Yeah, 5/21. But the 26th at Crescendo again, it's a birthday show. So a bunch of bands. She'll be doing bass for 3 bands. So Hades, Shoujo S, and then Maximum the Yurimon. Which I always laugh at that. Oh, and so even today, because I had to take care of stuff, even today, um, Kuya and Mayo are performing with Maryland Marathon, which is their Marilyn Manson cover band. And I really wanted to see them, but I was just too busy. As Eric, thank you so much, man. Every time you rock. Thank you. And then Yuri played with Shoujo S in Chiba, area called Kashiwa, at a club called Thumb Up. Not Thumbs Up, but Thumb Up, because it's only one. So yeah, you know, it's just, there's always stuff going on. And so you have to pick and choose your battles. And I'm really in the thick of it. So it's been 7 weeks in Tokyo, and it's been 9 shows, and it's probably been at least 30 bands that I've seen so far. I think so, at least 30 bands. So I have to be careful. I have to. And you guys can call me out on it. You guys can say, "Hey, Peter, just relax, calm down. You don't have to go out this weekend. It's okay." So despite the fact that I do want to go to certain shows, and I think there's one tomorrow that I saw somewhere that I wanted to go to, I know I should be home and I should be working on these videos. So yeah. Yeah, 9 shows in 7 weeks, and then I have coming up 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 more shows, possibly more. And this is only going into my second month, or my second month of Tokyo, so it's scary. I'm kind of glad Band-Maid isn't like everywhere, like they were last year, because that would be nuts. So, but yeah, okay, I know, I think I was looking around and thinking deeply, I missed some questions that some of you guys threw out there. Oh, I think it was William. What do I think about Sirius losing their bassist? It happens. It happens. You know, when I heard the news, I was backstage or in the waiting room at Kichijoji Crescendo, and I asked about it. And they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, just she left." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Man, just." And then I think it was Maya was like, "That's Japanese band life. It's just how it is." So you know, I mean, the bigger one is Saki leaving, right, from Nemophila. But these things happen just all the time. Thankfully not to Band-Maid, but these things just happen all the time, so. Yeah, do you guys have any questions for me? Anything regarding shows, other bands, stuff? I am planning to go see Brideyear at the end of June, and I'm excited because they'll be playing new songs off their new album, and I'm gonna reach out to them and see if I can do an interview with them. I really would love to. But yeah. Oh, there's a band that I know a lot of people have been not getting into, because it's only one song, it's only a single, but Neck. I think it's weird because when I see Neck, I never thought of Neck, until I just said neck, and then I saw my neck and I was like, oh, neck. But it's a 4-piece girl band. I believe they did a cover of Choose Me once, that Chester like posted or talked about somewhere, but their music video is getting some views as well. Forget what that song was called, but I guess they're a band worth checking out at some point. Yeah, any other bands that you guys are like getting into? What's going on, Russell? Russell. Nakoko? Will I be going? Yes, I will be going. I have not seen Nakoko music from Korea. I will be going to the Warning Band-Maid show, June 12th. Yes. Will there be news of some sort of collaboration? I think it's possible. It just Nakoko. Man, you're gonna make me look it up now. Maybe I've seen her on Instagram. Nakoko. No, not her. She's wearing a mask. Interesting. There are a few female guitarists out there that are really good from Korea. I know the one that's getting some exposure is Memi. Her band Memi. Yeah, half-mast. The Phantom of the Opera is there. I missed that. I just saw a band called Windrose. Sorry, man, no, only Japanese music. What is this? Stop bringing in other cultures. I'm just kidding. Windrose, that's cool. Half is the half masks makes masked guitarist. You and your fingers, bro. Half naked. Damn it! Now you're gonna make me look again. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not really into like the skimpy wear. When it comes to artists, that's like a different area that I have interest in, but it doesn't coincide with my music. So yeah, I'm not really into that. Maybe when I was in junior high I was into that, but even then it was usually like those groupies wearing like ripped denim skirts. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Fakier is really cool. They're in Switzerland now. They'll be playing in Europe. I think it's 8 shows. Maybe more. Nana, who's, I don't know. I don't know her at all. I will. I guarantee you I am going to get to know Nana at some point because she's just very cool. But she did post, and I can't seem to find it right now. Darn it. Yeah, I like her a lot. And unfortunately, yeah, they don't need to. I mean, some do. You know, I mean, the 80s, like, Madonna used to be pretty good back in the day. It wasn't because of her skimpiness. No. But there's sex appeal, like, despite, like, regardless of what clothing they're wearing. Like, sex appeal isn't, I think it's not tied down to clothes. Sex appeal, like, yeah, I think there's any number and variety of ways in which you can be very appealing. Canada, oh, cool. Canada, you don't get Band-Maid, but you get Fakier, so. You take what you can get right now, right? But, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if I actually mentioned this in any live stream, but Band-Maid was added to Summer Sonic. Oh, I did mention it at the live stream for Incubus, but they were added to Summer Sonic, and I believe it was August 17th, which is a Saturday in Tokyo, with a bunch of other bands. some really good bands too, and I can't think of them right now, but I just remember that there were good bands. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, Russ was watching Salafest on the live stream, and he and I both agreed this band called Nilfinity, Nilfinit. So not Nilfinity, but Nilfinity. Um, Pretty cool band. Oh, and Russ, that bassist is just a support bassist, I believe. I think the band right now is actually just the singer and the guitarist, which happens a lot. Um, but yeah, they're pretty cool. If you guys check out the Foxhole with Russ, I believe he is going to be playing them sometime, right? Yeah, I was impressed too. Like generally, if I'm at a show and I don't know a band, and then as I'm watching, find myself just like, just like I just start doing this. I'm just like, he was a little bit too busy for me at certain points. But you're right, he was really good. He was really good. Um, yeah, I really need to hurry up and reach out to Stereo Gang. So Stereo Gang, they're from a place called Kochi. Four-piece. Lead singer is a girl. Three guys. Guitars is really good. His licks, the guy definitely studied and listened to like some old school 80s rock. I think I talked about them before a while back, but reminiscent, again, more the blue based. There's sort of Motley Crue in there, Kicks, Great White, that sort of feel. Um, ah, okay. So for Nilfinity, so the bassist does play for or does support Velvet Cherry, but right now, the band itself is actually just the singer and the guitarist. Is that right, Yushi-san? Yeah, if you guys have questions, you should ask Yushi-san. He knows a lot about what's going on in the music industry here. So, oh yeah, the Miyu just had her coming of age day this year, last year. So yeah, she's like 20, 21. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, great, thank you. So yeah, definitely a young band. I mean, you can kind of see that and feel that, but they have a lot of potential. Um, for those who don't know, Thundersnake Atsugi, it is run by Watanabe-san, and he... Stop it. I'll talk about that too. But he really loves old school rock. Like the guy is, I mean, he, formed Whiskey Dust. He absolutely loves like Erica Van Halen. He's into that blues rock. So that's why he loves having Sara perform there. Whiskey Dust is his band, so if you listen to their music, you'll understand like what he's into. Stereo Gang is very reminiscent as well of that style, and I believe Venus is as well. I haven't heard a lot of their stuff. They did a cover of what's that one song from Vixen from the 80s? Broken Heart, I don't wanna cry, da 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 da. Oh, Edge of a Broken Heart. I've been living on the edge. Yeah. Full Moon is really fun. Um, I like their performance more than their songs, to be honest. Um, but as like musicians and performers, I think they're a riot. They're really really fun, especially Nene. Um, Nene is like a like man, she's like from another dimension. She's awesome. But yeah, so Full Moon, Sirius, and Empress are all under Zillion mode. Like they're all together. So generally, you'll see them like at the same venue, at the same like festival or whatever show it is. Um, yeah. Let's see, is there anything else? Um, hold on 1 second. Sha. I hope this comes up. One of the really frustrating things about Twitter these days is that when I type in to look for someone, before it was like the people that you were most in contact with or interacted with, whatever. Now it's like completely random and I cannot find anyone by trying to type in. Like it's so difficult. Um, dang it. Hichan, Hyana cat. 喋れなければいい女. No. If and when Sirius finds a bassist, you guys will find out about it. Like, oh, did I talk about Hagane with Juna? That is another band that I want to see this year for sure. And unfortunately, their first show that they posted on, it's a weekday, and I can't afford to take another weekday off because I'm taking 3 off because of the Band-Maid shows. Dang you, Band-Maid. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Hagane with Juna. Like, how do you think that's gonna sound? Like, that's wild to me. Oh, he did manage. Oh, interesting. But Hichan, her other band, Shabere Nakereba I Onna, they're doing a free live stream from Crescendo. So that's gonna be really cool. Oh, so I told you how Maryland Marathon, the cover band that Kuya and Mayo play with. So it seems that they just finished up, and the show, I believe it was sponsored by Paradox. But I'm gonna do this. Okay, hold on. So that's Kuya, and that's Amane from Paradox. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to hearing the vocalist, but Uyu had I think she had such a distinct voice, and she was one of my favorite things about Hagane was her vocals, the way she hit certain notes. So if they have a better vocalist than her, I mean, then yeah, that'll be something. But it is kind of weird that you have these like, oh, does she? Well, Kuya is very lovable. Kuya is very lovable. In Korean, 사랑스러워. Yuri's other band. So Yuri is, again, support bass for a band called Shoujo S. Shoujo is for like girl S. Shoujo in English. The romanization Shoujo S. And then she also plays now, very rarely, because it's like a cover band. But she plays for Maximum the Yurimon. So it's, yeah, Shoujo is an actual band, whereas, like, you know, with their own songs. Whereas Maximum the Yurimon is just Maximum the Hormone covers, which is cool too. Like, that was really fun to hear those songs live. I've yet to see Maximum the Hormone live, and I'm sure they'd be great, but yeah. She's such a cute little joker, looking at Kuya and Amane. Yeah. It's really interesting, and it's really cool to see. It's really cool to see the friendships, like who's friends with whom, who's friends with who. yeah, who's friends with who in the industry. So it's still pretty fascinating to me that I can actually, I've come to a point where I, I can't imagine them not being a band. I don't know if marriage is based purely off of music, because if that were the case, actually, I don't know what it would be if that were the case. But yeah. So yeah. Um, is there anything else? Well, I'm scrolling through very quickly. I hope I'm not wasting your guys' time. Um, but yeah, I feel like most of the big stuff has been talked about. Um, yeah, so I shared with you guys what I did, what I've been doing, and where I'm heading, sort of the conundrum, the crossroads that I am at, and some of the new bands. Oh, quick question. Anyone who's watching, are any of you going to be coming to Tokyo for the Day of Made show? If you are, the tickets or the shows that I mentioned for the day after Saturday, May 11th, and then Sunday, May 12th. So that would be the Hades show, Doll Part show at Shibuya Cyclone, and then also for the Thundersnake Atsugi show. Both those shows, there are tickets that can be bought and given to you for free. So if you are interested, if you are coming, and if you are interested, I think up to 4 people can get those. um, yes, yes. Obviously, Richard is coming because I think it's fine to say because Richard is the one who is willing to offer those tickets to you. So for those of you who will be coming, um, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. But anyone who is coming, please comment below, and then I will mark you down, and I will get in contact with Richard, and we'll make things happen so that you can have a good time. And they're both gonna be awesome shows. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. You're gonna have an awesome time at both shows. Namely because I'm gonna be there, and if Peter's there, I mean, there is really no other place on earth that you would want to be than with me, right? Wherever I am, not because of Hades or Doll Parts or Whiskey Dust or yeah. Anyway, I know you guys are gonna just like crap all over me. Um, so yeah, I'll wrap it up. It is 12:30. I think I'm gonna have a little midnight snack. I ate like at 5 o'clock today, so I'm a little hungry. And then probably work on some video stuff. Uh, I don't know Funashi Mascot Metal. Yes, yes, you can slap my booty. Yeah, anyone who visits, reach out to me. I'm down to introduce you to people, but you can say hi yourself. That's the thing. And depending upon how good your Japanese is, I mean, you can carry on the conversation further or not. But when you're in Japan, especially when you're at these smaller venues, like no matter how big or awesome you think a band is, you can talk to them. Like I can introduce you and say, "Oh, hey, this is John." But beyond that, I'm actually okay with that, surprisingly. When I was in high school, I had a nickname, Hands Across America, because when I was in high this one girl gave me that nickname because whenever we were walking together, I'd be saying hi and stopping by these different groups I used to interact with and talk to. So it's pretty funny. Yeah. I guess when I want to, I'm pretty good at talking with people. Um, I did have a lot of nicknames. Wait, did I say free butt slaps? Damn it. 100 yen. 100 yen for one slap. It's a good price. It's a very good price. Oh, one thing that I was gonna mention, and I will wrap it up here, but one thing that I was kind of hesitant about, but since the video for Hades dropped, for No, and then just thinking about it, what was really awesome about that day, and it's such a memorable day, not just because I was there to watch them film the video, but just again, just interacting with them, just having fun with them. But at the end of the shoot, right as we were about, you got it, man. You got it. I'll wear a thong for you for that day. But with oh damn it! I should have said in dollars, not in yen. The fluctuation of the yen is killing me. God, it went down to 63. 0.063 yen. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. You're too old for me. Or maybe not. Okay, this is actually serious. This is really serious. So at the end of the shoot for No, Hades' new video, I was presented with an envelope. And it turned out that all the girls of Hades and Yushi-san, thank you again, they contributed and they presented me with a gift, that a monetary gift that would help me move to Tokyo. And it was just so touching, especially because I was and I am in a place where financially, like, there's a lot of difficulties. I know I'm very happy and I don't come off that way. It's due to the fact that I've been kind of making very good use of my credit card, and because of the generosity of people like Eric, of SJ, of Kurt, of Richard, of all these other people and various things, I stayed afloat. But thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Roppongi. Okay, yeah. Get in contact with me here or on Twitter or wherever. Yeah, no. So it was really incredible. I was so touched, and I think under different circumstances, I probably would have just cried in front of them. But it's like, damn it, I can't cry in front of these girls. I'm a man. I'm a man. But man, it just, you have no idea how much it meant to me. It's like if you're dying of thirst, one drop of water means so much. If you're dying of hunger, like one bite of anything means so much, of food. And I just to be presented with that, with absolutely zero expectation, because like the things I do for Hades, it's always like this sort of love offering. Like, I love the band, I love the girls, I love their music, and they give me so much. But like I don't like make a list of like what I've done. If I think back, of course I can, but I don't like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did all these things, so okay, I should be getting something back in return. I don't think that way. And so when I was given that, it was really, really just incredibly touching, and I was so grateful. So yeah, actually I'll show you guys. I have it. I have these like wooden beams that jut out a little bit, like this. So they run up and they run across. So I have this up so that every time I walk by in and out of my room, I'm reminded of what they did for me. Oh. Oh. So I have it framed. These are actually just like different things, postcards, not specifically for me, just because I bought their sweatshirt and then this was like a New Year's postcard. But I had it framed and it's hanging up there because it's sort of good luck for my place. It's sort of a reminder and stuff. Sorry, it's like it's just empty space. So yeah, just very grateful. So thank you again, Yushi-san. And the girls know I'm thankful, and they know that I'm willing to do anything for them, now and forever, as far as it'll go. So yeah, it's good. It's good to have friendships. It's good to have really cool people in your life. Not just bands, but with you guys too. Like, yeah, it's just always good stuff. So, okay, we'll stop it here. I have crossed the 100-minute mark, which I haven't done in a while, I don't think. So, thank you guys for joining me on this Sunday night for me and Sunday morning for you guys. Noshibako? Is that what it's called? Noshibako? Because it's hako, right? No, fukuro. Noshibukuro? You can't write kanji with me. Noshibukuro? Is that right? Anyway. Yeah, bukuro. Oh, Mayo! 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 Hey everyone! Mayo is here. Say hi to Mayo. Mayo has joined us, drummer for Hades. Ah, Mayo, arigato. これ初めてお邪魔じゃないか。ああ、海外の人がマヨすごく好き。Hey everyone, can you tell how much you love Mayo? Everyone let her know. She would love to hear it. And how often do you get to have one of the coolest drummers and people ever, like on a live stream? So, Mayo, チャットよく見て、よく読んでね。みんなが、大好きね。Mayo 大好き。She says, こんばんは、皆さん。Mayo-san, drummers are the best. ドラマが最高。Thanks, William. You take care too. Thanks for stopping by. Tell Mayo why you love her. Mayo, 人がちょっと理由教えるね。なんでマヨがそんなに大好きか、大好きなんだか、なんだ、まだ日本語が難しいね。Yeah, this is your chance to like tell her. So, yeah, one of these days I need to do a live stream with the girls of Hades. Mayo, いつかみんなと一緒にね、ヘイディーズのみんなと一緒にライブ配信しましょう。どうですか？ That would be really fun if yeah, we could do a live. That's a thought. Hey, what's up, John? Are you at the airport? On the plane? On the bus? ライブ配信したい。 じゃあいつかライブ配信しましょう。みんなと一緒に。面白そう。Yeah, what do you guys think? We'll do a live stream so that you guys can chat with the girls and ask questions and do stuff. That would be really fun. Yeah, yeah. And if other bands want to do that too, that'd be really great. Oh, あなたはかっこいい。マヨがかっこいい。Alright, man. Have a safe flight. It's gonna be long. いや、みんながそれ欲しい。ピタも欲しい。Yeah, that'd be really fun. 今日どうだった？マラリンマラソンのライブ、パラドックスと一緒に。最高でしたか？花粉症は大丈夫？Oh, for those of you who don't know, Mayo loves Marvel movies. She absolutely adores Marvel stuff. She loves Iron Man. She like cried her eyes out at the end of Endgame with Tony Stark dying. よかった。行きたかったのに。Favorite movie? マヨ、お気に入り、マーブルムービー、映画は何？エンドゲーム？何が好き？ She loves Elizabeth Olsen. Who else? There's an article, but I have to look for it. Yeah, Mayo, 教えてね. So if you guys want to give Mayo a gift, so Richard, if you want to give her a gift when you fly over, Endgame. Yeah, she loves Endgame. But yeah, get her something. Mayo wants to be an Avenger. Yeah, she absolutely loves Marvel stuff. So anybody who comes to Japan from America, if you have Marvel stuff, you can bring it over and give it to Mayo. She would greatly, greatly appreciate that. 네? 네? 마요-산? 마요-땅? Hold on. Let me see, where is that? So there's an article, and I'll link it below later if I can find it. But yeah, it lists like all the girls, what they like music, movies, food, all that kind of stuff. Ooh. 마요見た？浦瀬さんがマヨがもうスーパーヒーローだよ。ドラムのスーパーヒーロー。かっこいいね。マヨはかっこいい。Let me see. Yeah, so we've had Sala here, we've had Mayo, we've had Shun from She-Glaves. We had Raizo. That's cool. It's very nice. It's nice. Friends. Yeah. マヨ帰った？自転車で？今日？今日も自転車で？ Yeah, if you guys don't know, Mayo loves biking around everywhere, so. Oh, so 喋らなければいい女, 516 this Thursday. Kotobikuya statues. I don't know what those are. But yeah, they have a free live stream on Thursday at 9. So 自転車で今、よかった. So she's still white-faced. Because she puts on the white for Maryland Marathon. Oh, mitakatta. She could be the superhero Moomin Rider. Moomin Rider, I don't know. Kotobukiya, Marvel figure statues. Gotcha. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna find this. Man, so much stuff going on. Ah, Mayo, 本当にありがとう。これ初めて。嬉しい。Queer. I think it's okay to share this. So, in order for Kuya to get home from the station to her house, she has to walk 40 minutes, which is insane because she has her guitar and she has like all of her effects, and then she has her clothing too. Oh, こちらこそありがとう. No, no, no. ありがとう. You are 海外のみんなにマヨはめっちゃかっこよくて有名な人だよ。遠い、本当に遠い。Yeah. I call Kuya 40分산. I call her Miss 40 minutes because it takes her that long to get from home to the station and back, or to the station and back. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, guys, how cool is it that Mayo joined us? That's very unexpected. Now, if the other girls joined, that would be fun too, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, here we go. Mayo no 情報. So, Mayo is into new metal, and she's been into Indian metal. She likes Bloody Wood. So for those of you who like Bloody Wood, Mayo likes Bloody Wood. And then her dream band would be Slipknot and Korn. Favorite actor, Robert Downey Jr. And then she loves Danielle Panabaker. Danielle Panabaker from The Flash, CW. Mayo is awesome. And then Elizabeth Olsen from WandaVision. Her favorite TV shows, Supernatural. Oh, Supernatural. The Flash. Other stuff you probably don't really need to worry about. Mayo 好きか? Mayonnaise 好き? Because Sarah likes mayonnaise. She actually takes mayonnaise during her performances to like keep her throat smooth and stuff. Maybe the flavor too. Her favorite perfume, couture. Mayo is crazy. I love it. マヨが狂ってる。それ大好き。Yeah, she likes mayonnaise. Let's see. The gifts from fans that left an impression. All of them. Unique, original goods, delicious, happy, moving, practical, sticks, slippers. I'm always so happy. Yes, she is always so happy. Mayo really is always so happy. Things that heal me. Friends, her parents' house, home, meals, festivals, live performances, incense, power stones, mail order, delivery, restaurants, Uber Eats. And she hates tomatoes and raw vegetables. And Mayo does want to go to... Okay, guys, if you want to see Mayo and you want to see Mayo perform, at some point, we may have to all pitch in and get her and the rest of the Hades girls over to America. would you guys be willing to pitch in? Would you guys be willing to donate so that we could fly them over from Japan to America, find some sort of venue, and get them to perform? Wouldn't you want that? Because Mayo absolutely wants to go to America and eat hamburgers and pizza and hot dogs and all that. Hades in Canada. Ooh. Canada できるか. That would be awesome too. Yeah. If we can get Hades in America, I'd be really, really happy. That is one of my goals before I die, is to make sure these girls get to America and play there. Oh, Mayo has a vision of America and American food. And Best Buy. Ne, Mayo. Best Buy もう行きたいね. Are there still Best Buys though? They've trimmed down quite a bit, right? Ah, that's a lot of slaps at the rate that I'm going. I'm gonna have to raise my prices. Yeah. Okay, cool. There are. So yeah, that is definitely a goal. Depending upon how much money is raised, then who knows, right? I mean, of course, I have to choose LA because that's where my home is. Sort of Best Buy. I don't know why. なんで Best Buy そんなに行きたいの？それわからん。But yeah, so if we do this and if we can raise enough money and get enough people to invest, if there are people out there, right now, if you guys can find a venue, right? If you want them to go to more than one venue, then like that's gonna cost more. But finding places, reserving them, getting in touch with management, getting the equipment needed in terms of the amps and stuff. In Japan, the drummers will play Kata Moide no. So she bought the CD for Five Finger Death Punch at Best Buy. It's a good memory for her. Ah, だから、わかった。But all that stuff, logistics, you guys know much better than me. But drummers in Japan will play with whatever drums are there. They'll just bring their pedals and their snare. So Mayo's good to go with just everything else. But yeah, man. Some of you guys find where and when. Let's make this happen, yeah? Ah, Mayo. この人、ポルが、お金、how do you say? throwing coin. 日本語で忘れた。でも、お金もらって、一緒に飲みましょう。はい。Thanks, man. Thank you. I'll definitely get a drink. I do get drinks for the girls, though, whenever I see them. I try to make sure to do that. Yeah, 一緒に飲みましょう。Thanks, man. Appreciate that. はい。いろいろな人が本当に、マヨもヘイディーズも大好きから、はい。Yeah, very cool stuff. Yeah, man. When you're here, Richard, we can. 忙しいかな。この土曜日に、ライブ終わって、リチャーと一緒に、飲んで食べましょうか？時間がある？できる？できれば、 ね、できればリチャードがちょっとお金があるから持ってくるから。Yeah, Richard, you'd be down for like buying drinks for us, right? That'd be fun. You can hang out, practice your Japanese with Hades. That'd be really fun. Yeah, dude, SJ, drop your Nihongo. Mayo's here. Um, ah, okay. So she has a show on Sunday too, just enough so you don't miss your train. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. What time is that show? Can we make this happen? 時間ちょっとだけど、ちょっと一緒に飲んでいいけど。That would be fun. That would be really fun. リチャードさんが本当にいい人だよ。So the show starts at 6:30, 3 bands, roughly an hour, maybe 50 minutes. Let's say 3 hours, 9:30, 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool. We'll find some time. We'll definitely find some time. Either this week or in June or July. That'd be great. Now I'm getting excited. Now I'm like, okay, we got to do something. We got to do something. Nani. Mayo wa nani o shitai? Nani nomitai? Nani tabetai? No? Yes. Thanks for us. Yeah. Have you guys seen the video? So it drops May 1st at 8 p.m. here. It is at 5,800 right now. 牛乳が好き。She likes milk. Richard, you can buy her some milk at the konbini and then give it to her. She likes coffee too. Mayo's a coffee drinker. Nah. Oh man, this is fun. Yeah, I feel it would be so much more fun if like we could see our faces, right? With all the girls too. That'd be really fun. Okay. Yeah, we'll make that happen. Okay, I will talk to the girls. I'll talk to Hades, and then I'll see if we can get some sort of like live stream Zoom session. I don't know if I'll be with them, if that's possible. Oh, cool. Yeah, but I'll try to see if I can get something happening when we all have time. So, cause it's tough, man, with work, with all of us, right? With work and then with all these shows, with me trying to promote and like document it, and then with the girls actually performing on those shows, that's tough. But yeah, we'll see what goes down. But yeah, so Yuri finished her show with Shoujo S tonight, as I mentioned, at Kashiwa, Thumb Up. Mayo and Kuya did their thing, an eating contest. Did their thing tonight with Maryland Marathon. Yeah, and then tomorrow, no, nothing tomorrow. Okay, nothing tomorrow, it's Monday. Okay, 자, it's 1 a.m. I'm still really hungry, and now I'm debating whether I should eat a little something or not because it's so late. But I am hungry. So, okay. Thank you guys so much for joining. Mayo, arigato. Shun, arigato. I'm not sure if he's still here or if he left, but it's cool that they dropped by. Shiglapes and Hades are both blacklisted. Yushi-san always visiting us, so thank you. Um, yeah, there's a reason why these really cool people are under this label, because Yushi-san is a really cool dude. So thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening in. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for donating. I will absolutely make sure that the girls do get drinks, that they do get fed. And I really, 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 really want to get Hades to the States and Canada. Um, but since my hometown is LA, and if I go back to the States, I do have to go there. More likely than not, more likely than not, if there is a venue, it would be around there. But depending upon how much people are willing to contribute, if we actually make this a thing, then depending on how much is donated, we can see what other places are possible. Again, this is just, we're just throwing this out tonight. We don't know, but let's see what we can do. Okay? Okay, I'll keep those two things in mind. A Zoom session, live chat with the Hades girls, and then, yeah, and then getting to LA. So, not everyone who wants to see Hades will be able to, but I think a good number of people who want to will. And I guarantee you, seeing Hades live is such an experience. They're so amazing. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I fell in love with this band and with these girls. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys, Mayo-san, Yushi-san, Shun-san. 本当にありがとうございます。またいつか会いましょう。あ、この土曜日の金曜日の土曜日に会いましょう。Okay, guys, thanks. It's been fun. If you have questions or anything else, please drop it in the comments. Please like this video, share it, all that stuff, so M&N can grow, and even more cool things and bigger things can happen. Okay? All right. Thank you guys so much. Oyasumi nasai. Bye bye. See you later.